The following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
The peaceful little town filled with halflings. Nothing can possibly go wrong to disturb their idyllic, contented, happy lives.
We will. It's the next day, is it? So we've slept.
Do you wish it to be the next day?
I quite want it to be the next day yet. If only because I haven't said I pray and pray for spells.
Yeah, he hasn't said that.
I'd like to sleep at least after preparing all my gear.
I assume we also want to gather everybody after everything and go over the...
Oh, well, I guess you can do that. So who are you gathering?
We'll be Eaton, Tiller, us three, and Lupa. If
She's not back.
she's not back. Oh well.
Cyrus is taking part of the party.
If he wants to take part, but he won't.
Okay, where are you gathering?
In the tavern.
Over in the Tavern, yeah. It's the largest area.
The place you can knock Gandalf in.
Yeah. It literally says that on the in the law document.
Okay, yep, you're in the tavern! Bam! You're there with the peoples you assembled. They're like, oh, it's going to be a big adventure. I'm going to kill 7 bad guys. Think I'm aiming too high? Maybe 6?
Depends on where you're aiming. I mean, obviously you have to aim high.
Cyrus is like, what really makes a bad guy? For all you know, they could be driven to desperation by hunger and strange forces.
They called
Simply
us
trying to
out.
survive in this world. Their leader called you out.
Yes.
Who knows what the rest of them serve and suffer.
We would like to parlay
Yeah, it's parlay.
with them first. Maybe the others will decide not to fight if we
Cyrus
ask.
not. He's like, that sounds really nice.
Lupa seems to think that parlaying would be pointless, but if this is the same brawn,
We've set up all these traps as a precaution. If we have to fight them, I would rather.
He's like, that's serious precaution.
Like the last fight, why not be overly prepared?
Well, certainly, I mean, it's a good way of getting a bunch of XP.
Before go to sleep, everyone make sure remember where traps are. Not walk out in morning and sit off.
You were remembering to take the Tiller 10% bonus into account.
Yes.
Good. So I was going to be like, otherwise, what was even the point? What is the point of Tiller without his utility?
even if
He
you
was very
pass without
helpful.
him.
Oh, we did it on a big chunk of those, but he was helpful.
We actually rolled really well.
Yeah, no, good job here. Slightly distressing for the long-term survivability of my horde, but I mean,
Your horde doesn't have a long time survivability.
Enter drop.
And notice how they all spent all their points to get here. So we can't even bet them for points.
Sphere still doesn't even know about that. Nobody's brought up the whole
I don't
points
even know how that
claim that they made.
Oh look, what was it?
a town square. There's like some kind of stone column in the frame. It is a row of shop fronts. Fairly rustic style. Well-made looking little place. There's an orc there. You two have met him. His
Yeah.
big spear. And there's the Baron. Oh. The Baron is like, you hear us saying, congratulations, you have won your first prize. Shaman is like, me what? power you have makes strong. We take back to our people to make strong. I am afraid I cannot give you that power. It rests solely with me. Yes.
Sus.
I perceive something.
You perceive he is lying, or at least concealing something in that statement.
Too. I'm supposed to use your thing.
I know, I saw that.
I was like, wait, no.
Also,
By
I
your own,
pass.
asshole.
The more he wants to use it, the more he might buy it.
They are bloody nice.
They are.
But you say can the power you would gain is determined by yourself, your own innate characteristics. You say things, no understand. You say can give power, anything possible. Now you lie. If cannot have that, then me want kill you. Well, you are certainly welcome to try. Orc guy whips up his staff, spins around.
I will
Begins
get.
I
casting a
wouldn't.
thing.
It's against the rules.
He can't hear you.
Why not?
it's through a magic
through
thing.
the-
Oh, this
thing.
is through the thing. Oh, okay.
The thing happened. Do you think the Baron and the Orc are right there in the tavern having a showdown? I mean, you don't know he can't hear you, actually. That's a good point. You don't know that. So I suppose it makes sense you would still... Like how people yell, don't
yell
go in the
movies.
door! Don't go in there! Because people are innately ingrained to think that everything
My
is a
dad, whenever
pantomime.
watching movies and there's the bad guy, he'd be like, shoot him, kill him. And then later on, then 2 hours later into the movie, told you should have killed him the first.
Yeah, I do that all the time. It's like, why didn't you kill him? Why didn't you kill him? Fucking, I hate it that all movies are written by wrestling fuckers. The Baron's like leans back off his cane. It stands. He lets go of it. The cane just stands up vertically, and he just sort of goes, flexes and like Master Roshi's. Pulls this huge sword out, and they begin fighting.
Oh.
Halflings begin betting.
Yeah, so
What have we got left, Sulam? Bet it all on the Baron.
12 gold on the Baron.
Yeah.
The odds would be pretty terrible too.
It's a fairly even fight. The Orc Shaman has magic, and his spear skills are pretty good. But the Baron is surprisingly quick and agile, and his great big sword would only need to hit the Orc once.
Can I
Does.
watch this
Yes, you can watch this.
intently?
You can
Style
watch this
analysis,
intently.
is that what you're talking
That's what I'm
about?
saying. 10. It's a pass. It's a good pass too. Full noise.
He doesn't really have a style so much. It's being compensated for with preternatural speed. There's no real elegance to the movement or style at all. He just seems to be raw statting through it. Like you've seen sufficiently fast and strong guys who are able to fight more skilled opponents because they've just got that reflex, got that instinct. But there's no real style here. He's not like using an art, or he's not very trained.
He's just swinging a
he's
sword.
just faster and
Yeah.
stronger.
It's sort of like a style in itself, but it's harder to
Yeah.
plan around.
Oh no, it's more raw strength though.
Eventually that sword does strike home, and your Orc Shaman falls into 2 wet lumps.
Oh.
And he just like puts the thing up there, raises his arms, shrinks back down, like grabs hold of the cane which has been standing there the whole time. And looks like right out of the camera, if you will, just like right up there. And it fades away.
Oh.
I'll put my hand on Stump's shoulder and I'll be like, I'm not sure if I should say I'm sorry, but if I should, I'm sorry.
Glad.
Oh.
Him
okay then.
bad. If him get what he want, him take power back to orcs and go on more crush.
Orcs with the kind of abominous powers that you've seen around here, that would be very bad for the...
Oh, yes.
And when him trade with me, him nicer than most orc been, but him still orc.
But you're an orc.
Wait, what? He's like, wait, what? What? Does his dad know? For the viewers, he made like an abrupt nod. Yeah, he do. Very serious, very straight, very normal erection.
Never see Jor-Karroc orc die before.
Turns out they died just like every other orc, in 2 wet halves.
Big sword.
It's not that big. I've seen bigger.
Me think Baron man weak, him limp, but
So that
Not so.
sword was just a run-of-the-mill, nothing special sword, apart from...
It was fairly exceptional in its design. It was what you would call a buster sword.
Ah, okay.
2 edges, leaf-like blades, skull, crossbones, hilt, wrapped handle, that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Great big party.
oh,
Now you know
I
why.
know who that guy is.
Double it.
Alright.
That makes sense.
To save counting, I'll push 6 back your way.
The party of guards over there are all looking very smug as the innkeeper brings over like a big tray heaped with copper and gold and coins, and they're just like creaming it up and just like, yeah. Cyrus is like, leans over to Severe, like, it seems not everyone is overly concerned with the ability of the market to bear heavy wagering. Interesting. Interesting fight, do you not think?
Did you... Was it silver? Did you say... Didn't say silver, did you?
No, I did not.
That's alright.
The guards are allowed it.
Yeah, I know. But if they bet it, then they have to match it
Well,
with
then
gold.
that would be entrapment. You don't
Yeah.
know if that's a crime or not. It's not! They can do that!
Well, Saphira will say back to Cyrus, well, you know, they probably want people to be able to bet on these things. It gets them excited. It's probably another part of the game.
It is different, at least. That's nice. What do you think of that fight?
There was just no style, no... It was just raw.
It's just not a fair
Raw.
fight.
No, it was fair. If the shaman had have successfully hit him with what and spell, if he had have moved faster, he wouldn't have been hit by that sword. It was luck in the end.
He also not go expecting fight.
No,
Shamans, if know ahead, plan much,
He wasn't ready for it.
cast much jujus.
I suspect. Well, I mean, when I say not fair, I don't mean it was a fair fight in the sense that it was. There wasn't a dirty fight. But what I mean was, the Baron clearly has some kind of magical or supernatural advantage with his.
Yes, but so did the shaman.
Not to that degree, though.
Then why did the Baron not just kill him? Lop his head off right at the start.
That's not as entertaining.
It didn't look like he was
I
holding
find it
back.
very interesting that he would... No, it didn't look like he was holding
Yeah,
back.
it didn't look like he was holding back.
I find it very interesting that he would actually agree to the fight at all.
With
it
the
was
rule.
clearly more even than he expected. Very interesting man. He offers power to people and yet is willing to fight if that's what they want.
But he never looked like he was lacking in confidence. He never had an expression that was like, I'm going to lose this.
Well, neither did the shaman.
It was an even fight up until it wasn't.
Big sword, only take one hit.
Did the shaman just move too slow?
It was really no fault on anyone's part. It was just like who makes that little mistake first? Who cocked up?
The other question is, did at any point, like they would have been getting tired? Did they both look like they were getting tired?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
They're
okay.
a pretty decent fight. like I said, it's a fairly even fight.
Yeah.
It would have been difficult to pick from watching it either way.
all the way, you saw they're both getting tired, both wearing out. It was just a matter of time before one of them died.
I think if there was a difference, it would be that the Baron was expecting that there was a possibility of a fight and
Prepared.
prepared to be able to do so. Whereas your shaman friend should probably have not picked a fight. He had not properly scouted.
So
It is not uncommon for people to hide their deadly capabilities beneath the veneer of weakness, or maybe he actually is weak and can only become so swelled for a short time. I don't know.
It might be a drawback.
I
He might.
certainly think you should be aware of this when you fight him.
the thing is, let's say the shaman had beat him. What would that mean for this whole situation?
I don't know.
That's
We,
Maybe everyone is free.
not us.
maybe everyone's dead because,
But he's been doing this for a while.
and he's just better.
Remember, if him die, him say, we no get antidote. We die.
Yes.
We get to capital first.
We need to get to the capital to get the antidote, and then we can discuss anything else, because obviously we can't talk about certain things in company of others.
Yes.
But anyway, back to your immediate problem. There's no point in thinking about antidotes or such if you don't survive the next day. Which I hope you do. I'd be sad to see you go so soon.
You might be involved.
He won't fight.
Yes.
But if not know how rules work, but if him challenge whole party after he crush us,
Hey, Stump, I don't think we've explained it. No offence.
Sorry, young man, but I can only fight if I'm paid.
oh me no.
No, but he will live through this.
Yes.
You that strong without.
No,
I
no.
can't die.
Oh,
I thought we explained it to you at some point. I'm sorry that we didn't. This
He's
is
probably not
Which
part
doesn't
of all
mean it
legends.
doesn't hurt.
no. We know this, but out of any of us, if we all die,
I promise to sing a song over your grave.
he's just as likely to come back as us if our luck is in this time.
we can't. You come back?
You can come back too, I say, pointing right at you.
No.
Huh?
He may come back.
Well, true, yes.
We don't know.
Don't confuse.
Have you died before?
No,
He
me
was-
here.
No.
What kind of question that?
Eden starts banging her head on the table.
Saphira, I know what you're trying to say, but remember, we're going to be simpler. Sorry.
No.
Has there been a time that you've been like guts all over the place and you fall asleep
No, guts always be in.
or something like that? You took a wound that should have killed you, something that should have taken your life. You think you're dying and die.
Hard to say. Get hit lots, but never have guts out.
What about brains out or
Arrow to the head.
But never too bad.
stabs to places where you should have died?
I don't know.
That's the thing. If he may have died a few times. He doesn't know this.
He might have even been shivved in the back in his sleep and never noticed.
So you say I come back?
You
You may.
come back.
Why no one tells them?
Because no one in your culture knows about this. They may not know. Like
It's a
we.
human culture thing.
To be fair, no one knows that the chosen can come back except a few scholars and people who are chosen.
And the people.
I didn't know,
No.
otherwise I'd never be...
Is this
Like
People don't believe it's it's the mark.
the Grom touch?
Yes.
Oh,
So we have experienced coming back. Some more than others.
that's a lot.
But It's. It was explained to us that you may come back once, you might come back twice, you may come back 10 times. But there is a finite number. But we just don't know what it is.
So still try not die.
Yes. But him, he's got the luxury of, yes, it hurts, but he will not die.
It like, as soon as leave orcs, meet all kind of amazing people.
You're amazing with the orcs.
Thank
You do amazing things with the orcs.
Learned so much.
That's why
Well, Kurgan'd be mad if he found out.
there's a different way you deal with Dragon Mark people.
What is that?
The mark, with Dragon Mark.
How deal with?
I'll explain that when we have to.
Yes, it's best not to talk about such things. I say, wriggling the wrist.
Thank you all for having that discussion.
The thing is, any scholar would know that, and
Not just any scholar, they have to have been bothered to look into it. It's not exactly a prestigious field of study here. You don't get a lot of grants studying birthmarks.
Yeah, I mean, we've barely come across any books or anything on it, and even they are like, we don't really know what this means.
well, the thing is, even the stuff that I've told you, I don't know if it's accurate. All of it is.
Like, you need an actual, specific religious scholar who also understands the 6 signs of life.
And the thing is, like,
Tubso.
all we're
How do you
just.
spell Tubso?
Well, we know a guy who wrote a book that would probably tell you.
Yeah, volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. Wait, what? Surely this is a 1-page document.
Each volume was just a single letter. T.
Discussing it in various ways. Right.
We need rest.
Fear not. I shall soothe you off to sleep with my dulcet song.
There's guards over there.
It's so unfair.
Much hard to get better if can never play.
I know.
Maybe when we on road.
He's allowed to play on the road, just not within guards. Yeah.
Shame he has to keep his hands on the reins of his horse most of the time.
Oh, I learned a way of getting around that. And it only hinders my playing a little bit.
Oh, just a little bit.
After all, I am a travelling minstrel.
Right.
We do watch again.
Unless the thing pops up.
Well, fearless leader. Are we doing the right thing?
Are we doing the right thing
In
leading these people?
deliberately leading this aggressive army of violent thugs to their death?
When you put it that way, I'm more convinced than ever we are, but we are still going
Bork.
to parlay with them first.
The thing is, when we go back through the tunnel, I'll go last.
Okay.
I need you to be gone.
Oh, okay. Shit. I was not ready for that. I guess there's a 1 in 20 chance of that happening every time. Which, if you take the fact that I'm making 2 rolls, means there's a 2 in 20 chance or a 1 in 10 chance of getting this result. Anyway. There you are. I just need to get the pertinent information on this particular one because I kind of didn't want you to have it ahead of time, but then why did I add it to the probabilities? Like, if you don't want the result, don't book the match, right?
If you don't want to kill it,
Don't stat it.
Yeah.
Which is why I actually have not statted this one.
Don't stat Cthulhu, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no, that is actually dumb. You should
They-
not actually... Because it is possible
they
in
did
Call of
that.
Cthulhu for you to kill Cthulhu, because it's statted. So you can exploit mechanics and shit.
Yep. We stayed at Cthulhu in power armor, but the setting was such that Cthulhu wasn't exactly on top in the whole tier list.
Okay. Just realised I have in fact changed that. Okay. Right. Shit. So, who here is familiar with the concept of ninjas?
Vaguely.
Good, they're not involved.
Okay. I'm surprised Stephen put his hand up.
I was not knowing whether it was in character or out of character.
Oh, out of character. Yes, in character.
How do I know them in out of character? I mean, honestly, ninjas don't exist. They're a myth. That's that.
It's hard to say.
Have you seen one?
No.
I can
You don't
also
know
say
that.
I've never
No.
seen an ninja.
Yeah, I know I haven't seen a ninja. I can't say. Fucking ninjas.
Finges, we call them.
There could be one standing behind you right now.
Yep, there is. Standing there quite well.
There is a
behind you.
chamber, a room, and there's all kinds of wonderful looking trinkets and things. It's a visual mess. Like statues and suits of what look like old shabby armor on racks, and weapons and cases and vases and sundials, and like it looks like someone just took a couple of museums and shook them in. Like paintings and things. It's kind of a little bit hard to see, but you can look around. And there's there's a group of 5 people, splendidly adorned in glory. One of them in glorious armor. Another one of them wrapped up in like a dark thing with like they've got like 2 swords like that, one across the small of their back, one up here, and they're like looking around. There's another one in a hood with a bow. You know, they're
Pretty well balanced party.
pretty well balanced party, and there's another one of them, like a smaller guy, putting his hands against a case, and you hear, "Wow, look at that! This place was absolutely worth sneaking into, Florian." Right. Now, as much as we can carry, and we get half. That's right. That's what he said.
I think we could carry quite a lot!
He'll just like pick up a stone statue. Wait, hang on, we gotta prioritize the loot here. Let's get all the stuff with gold on it first. No. The older things are more valuable. Antiquities. Religious artifacts first. Remember, we need at least some of the religious artifacts. The one with the bow nods, but I don't like it. This place should have guards or something. It seems strange. So, is anyone perceiving what's going on in any way? Or are you just you're just happy for me to play out the game?
I don't see anything special at all. Not yet, anyway.
3 below my wisdom, so
I want to look for things that might be creeping up on them. They said there was no guard, so there should be something protecting the place. Pass.
I'm looking for anything Torok, particularly after one of them mentioned
Religious.
So did you
religious
pass?
artifact. I was 3 below my wisdom.
Yes. There's way down the end you see what looks like an altar and this appears to have been an old temple to Tor, but it has been defaced. The symbols sundered, the altar split and riven.
And Sphero will stand up in his chair, slam his hands down on the table,
Maybe he's wearing a power top.
point to the crystal and that sort of holographic image and go, "Beware the sacrilege!"
Everyone's like, "Oh, there's sacrilege involved! I'm bitten high! Again him! Others are like, no! If they're performing the sacrilege, then that's extra dangerous. I like that more. I'm betting on them. And all the guards are just like, oh, that many we just won.
Yeah, we're betting the same as the guards.
I'll flick that 6 gold back here.
So we're back to 24.
24.
Are you sure? These are the famous Florian thieves. They've never been stopped or even troubled. They're the best.
So they're Jew.
And
I
20
see.
and 25 copper.
Okay, it's your money to lose. Shh. They'll pass you out little wooden things, but I forgot to mention, you get like a little wooden thing with your stake scratched on it in like ashes.
They're making me pay it also. They've given me that coin
Okay,
to...
get a little wooden thing. And then that crack. There's your half. So the 6 of them are just sort of standing there the 5 of them are just standing there in the middle, while the 6th one is going around and quickly appraising things with his rapid appraisals. He's like, oh, this is worth 600,000 marks. This is amazing, but we can't move it. It's built in. It's basically part of the structure. But this kind of artwork hasn't been around since the 3rd dynasty. You know, actually, Dwarven Smiths said it couldn't be done, but an elven moonstone worker came in. Enough! We can't take it, move on. It's such a shame. I wouldn't want to steal it anyway. You'd probably just flog it off. As a work of art like this deserves to be appreciated.
I'll be watching in the background for anything.
Okay.
Like their shadows being different, something.
That one's over there, and there's just 5 of them standing there.
That's a pass.
Well, there should only be 5 of them total, but...
Oh, who's the 6th person?
Oh no.
So, now obviously this is all in shades of green, so you can't tell, but they're wearing shiny armor with this big, tall, flat-topped helmet with like a triangle there, which you can't see into. Big pauldrons. Looks like bare arms. Characters just casually holding an hourglass.
Saphira. There's 6 there.
Oh.
Well spotted. I missed that.
It's so casual. It looks like a statue if you don't think. Look at it. Look at him.
Well, we should start with this. We can use it as a platform to carry other things and it won't damage them. Look at this. This is 2nd Dynasty. No, it isn't. It's one of the students. Look at the lamination. My God, these aren't supposed to exist. We have to take this. I agree, if it's as rare as you say. Rare! Can you imagine the beauty people will be able to see? Well, begin your assembling. He grabs a suit of armor off a thing, unbuckles it, lays it on top of the big object art, the big statuary thing. And they sort of split up and start moving. And the new figure in the middle sort of goes, and they're all dead. Like that.
They didn't even notice it there.
What happened? They just
like the eyeglass would come back in. Just pick up one body, pick up another one, just drag them off scene. Was that what kind of magic was that? Did he kill them? Well, they're all dead. I guess they lose. The guards are just like,
Think they know something.
They've seen him fight before. They probably know what the area is. It's probably something like the Baron's hold or something. Storeroom.
It's basically insider trading with these guards.
No, we've had others bet against us, so...
oh, actually, minor correction. He doesn't turn the glass at all. So there's just no indication that you can receive when they just sort of go fall over dead. So he's just standing there, looking around, little jest, maybe a little tilt of the head, and then they just go. So that's what happens. Elemental Recon, rabbit that back.
Give shit. What were the odds?
4 to 1.
Oh, fuck.
They'd never been defeated before. Or never failed in their task or whatever.